Hi, my name is Toussaint St. Negritude. I'm the Poet Laureate of Belfast. I'm coming before you with actually some bad news of a frightening experience I had recently. And as the laureate that this council has appointed me to be, I thought you should know. I recently had an encounter of, as I interpreted, a pretty severe case of racial profiling, to the point where my life has been threatened, and I'm hoping for the best. I live in Liberty now, and I was recently walking home from my local library, 5:30 in the afternoon, on the sidewalk, and a state trooper pulled me over, held me for a half hour, and repeatedly asked the two questions over and over and over again. What are you doing here? I'm coming from the library. I live 2 blocks from the library. I was walking the 1 block and about to walk the next block home. What are you doing here? I'm coming from the library, walking home. What are you doing here? This is all documented. The car has a dash cam. It's all been recorded. The other question was, do you have any guns, knives, sharp objects, or weapons on you? No, I don't. I've never owned a weapon. No, I don't. Do you have any guns, knives? And this was repeated over and over and over again for a half hour. Consequently, it happened in front of the town clerk's office. I realize this isn't the town of Liberty that I'm speaking to, but I just thought you should know. It just happened to happen in front of the town clerk's home. Gail and her husband Dana, people that have both become friends of mine, and naturally, as things like this often happen, they didn't see the huge blue flashing lights that flooded their living room. I let them know afterwards what had happened. Gail, as the town clerk, immediately filed a complaint, as other complaints have been filed. This has now taken on much bigger legs. The NAACP is involved and other organizations. I live alone. I'm single. No, I don't have a gun to protect myself. I've never wanted one or any sort of weapon. I grew up in a household where squirt guns were not allowed. An entirely non-violent household. But until this gets resolved and I can be assured that I can walk freely without harassment or retaliation for having so now exposed the behavior, I just thought, as your laureate, you should know. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Colin?
I'm very, very sad to hear that this happened, and I will ask if the city manager might also write a letter to the state police pointing out the importance of your role in our, not only the city of Belfast, but the larger community, and make a proper and appropriate and strong complaint to the city of police on our behalf, the city council, if the rest of you agree.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I have to add, and I have to say this in any defense I have to take in the future against this profiling. The reason I'm here, the reason I moved to Maine, to the Mid-Coast, the reason I've remained here, and now what is my 3rd year in the Mid-Coast, is because of how wonderful I have found this community to be. And I say that without any drama. I say that with full sincerity. Before my getting this laureateship and throughout, this has been, in my experience, a tremendously wonderful arts and loving community. And I still hold on to that even despite this experience. But I would like to say, on behalf of all of us who live throughout Waldo County, that we should all be welcome. I welcome you. You have welcomed me, and I say you, kind of speaking to the whole county. We should all be welcome. I welcome anyone who, if anyone has any reason to have any doubts about me and to question me, feel free. But not for a half hour. Not with your hand on your gun. Not with a spotlight in my face. Not with a good solid 2 years of innocent black men being gunned down without charge. I've been very proud of Belfast and this community for the number of things Belfast in particular has stood for, but it would be nice if it passed on to the whole county. I don't think racial profiling should be an element of our community. Consequently, the day of the governor's recent statement about black men impregnating white women happened the following day. I was harassed on January 7th, and I believe he made that statement January 8th. So there's already bad press. But thank you. Thank you.
You may dry your eyes at this story of relentless racial abuse, unseen since the days of the Civil War, because everything he said was a lie, a hoax, a myth. None of it happened. The state police in Maine released a video shortly after this to kind of show what really happened. Now here's what the video shows. Did any of you guys remember the story of Sherlock Holmes, the dog that didn't bark? So Holmes was on a case. He's trying to figure out who did what and trying to, kind of get the facts straight. I think somebody was falsely accused of something. Some devilish person was trying to mislead Holmes. But Holmes all of a sudden said, what doesn't happen is just as important as what does happen. That dog did not bark. If your story is true, that dog would have barked. It did not. Thus, the whole case became unraveled, and Holmes remained a hero. Well, that's what this video we're about to see is. This is the dog that didn't bark. If you put a video camera on Holmes's dog, back in the 18-somethings when he wrote all his stories, you would have seen a dog just sitting there for hours and hours and hours, maybe wagging his tail every now and then, eating a little food, drinking a little water, doing whatever the hell dogs do, except not barking. And so that testimony we just saw lasted about 7 minutes. It turns out the encounter with the cop lasted 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And nothing that guy said happened. If you want to watch this video, go ahead. It's a little hard to hear, but you can hear bits of it. The bits you can hear say, hey, you were walking on the wrong side of the street. Hey, I couldn't see you. Hey, do you have any ID? Do you have anything in your pockets, any weapons? Or she asked. That's what cops do.
Where are you to? Where's home at? Okay. Hold on. Do you have any signs or left or anything like that on you? Okay. Well, I didn't even see you when I was coming up behind you. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any ID on you? When you're walking on the roadway and there's no sidewalk, you have to walk against traffic. You do all the gas off. It's hard to see even with the dark clothes on. Where do you live there? No, you're on the road. Big road, right there? Okay. So that's the 335 status. How long you live in I'm going to draw starting number. You can let me start. Can you walk? Yeah. That's a lot of walking. Yeah. All right. Where were you coming from? Okay. You don't have anything on you that you shouldn't have? No? No knives or weapons or anything like that? Okay. 435 of them. 435. That's 435. 435, but that's more than that subject. Ruby Village, 29 Chippewa. I called the Liberty Village asking for a 29 check. I inquired if you would like a number started for the forehead of your 29. That'll be the number again. Yeah, we're down in Vermont. Her name is Titus, G-I-T-U-S. Give it Orson, O-R-S-O-N. Middle initial G, the date of birth. And how long have you lived in April? And you live there rent or home? 435, 749. Perfect. So yeah, I just wanted to make you aware that, I couldn't see you coming up behind you, and I've been a little bit close to the side of the road. I feel like I might have slipped you, so I just want you to be aware that the road you have to cross against traffic.